healthy relationship to me is respecting each other's intentions and always understanding that you'll be there for each other through thick and thin, and committing through actions and being considerate of how you're making the other person feel on a daily basis. It's literally you're taking on the duty of caring for somebody's heart and everything that comes with them.
Letting them understand that you need boundaries and that if they want quality time, it has to be quality time, not love bombing.
I feel like honesty is one of the biggest things for me because I've had some issues in the past with guys I would talk to and date, and I feel like honesty was really just something that wasn't there, and if it's not there, then it's not healthy.
Everyone's going through something, and if you're not open about what you're going through with someone that you trust or love, it's not really going to work because you're keeping things from them. And the more you're open, the more things are going to work.
To me, what a healthy communication looks like is definitely having an open communication with each other and not no physical altercations. Getting to know your partner is probably the most important thing, even before or after you guys are done dating. You know somebody that's not a stranger to you anymore. So I feel like a big portion of that is understanding how they think, understanding that people change differently, change at different rates and stuff like that.
Because I feel like true love, or quote unquote true love, or real love, is about showing them that love even when you're angry or upset with them. You still care for them to the smallest acts of making them a sandwich, or just rubbing their head when they're sick, or either just supporting them in ceremonial circles and all that.
And I feel like raising a child is really, really hard, given that I have to watch a lot of children all the time, but just knowing what they like and what they're interested in, and then if it's something that the parent doesn't like, or just never really heard of, why not try it out? They like it, why not?
Some good qualities of a parent, I believe, are agreeing to disagree. When you grow up or are slowly growing up, you realize not all your views will be the same as your parents, and they'll never understand because they're not living life, of course.
A parent should treat their kid like they would treat glass. They're fragile and they'll crack, they'll get scratched, they'll get jacked up if you drop it too hard. You got to be there for your kids, both emotionally and physically. It's not hard to be there. It really is not. You're an adult, and there's a kid that needs guidance. They're asking you questions. You got to give them at least the best of what you know.
Some qualities I think that make a good parent is good communication, being reliable, and then taking care of your kids.
Good qualities is taking a second to realize who your kid is and what they want, because my parents learned that in a harder way. I'm really thankful for that though, because I feel like that was a really good quality of theirs to stop and realize, oh, my kid needs something else.
Just be transparent, be honest, be a trustworthy parent to your kid. That way they trust you enough.
Economic flexibility to me is being able to balance needs and wants financially. But I feel like overall the ratio of needs is what flexibility is. What can you do to provide for yourself and others? That's how I see it. It's are you flexible to pay the bills and go on a weekend trip? Or are you able to spend time with your sisters and go out to lunch with your friends?
Rich, where I'm from, is you have 4 horses or 50 head of cattle, or you have 11 acres of land or something like that. It was more meaningful compared to where here it's got a brand new pickup truck, got a brand new this. It's more materialistic. I try to focus myself on other people might need it more than I do and stuff like that.
Money's always going to be there, but the time's not. So that's why it's always best for time over money for me personally. But I know it's different for everyone.
So I see it more of a way of like you have to figure out your limit and like how far, like how much you can take before, you try to balance out everything, because then everything just ends up like exploding. Am I flexible enough to have like a car to get me here, here, here? Like it really just depends on my resources and like what like I have in my like willpower.
That's my way to kind of approach financial flexibility. That way you're not only thinking for yourself. Like if you're planning to have like kids or grandkids, you would want to have a good foundation for them and a good home to grow up into.
Child support is, I think it does help the parent or the guardian that is taking care of the child at that time. And I think it's really useful because having a child is expensive and it is hard to do on your own. So I think it's like mandatory. And two, because that's like your child, that you should be taking care of him financially and mentally.
When two parents like separate and one has full custody of one child and the other pays to help that child with like what they need, like to be living in that other house.
I guess child support is more important than I thought. Like it is a really big part of parenting.
It may be hard, but a child's well-being is well needed, and it might be complicated, but in the end, it's really for the child, which I think in like things or memes, they really portray it like the parent of the child or who's like with the child is just taking that money for themselves, which isn't true.
My thought of child support is just like, it's not for anybody else but that kid, but like the financials of that kid, even saving up for college for that kid.